How you doing? This is Mari Cruz, bringing the gap between the rich and the poor, coming from the great state of Texas. And have here a friend, Brian Brewer, that is also part of Legendary Marketing Affiliates. And we're going to talk to you about how to start affiliate marketing and his journey. And before we start talking about that, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share. Follow me and my pages, and follow this guy. You can tell me later where's your link for people to follow you and stuff. And let's start. Tell me a little bit about your background, where you came from, and how you end up here in Texas and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you bringing me on. Hopefully we can bring some value to the audience here. And thanks to everybody who's tuning in live, on the replay. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll keep that up on the side. That way we can answer those, address those. And let's just jump right into it. So as you mentioned, I live in Texas now. I've been here since 2015. And as it turns out, I'm also a full-time affiliate marketer. So I have a lot of time to enjoy all the great things that Texas has to offer. Now, that's not to say I don't work hard, but it's a great business model that has allowed me to explore a lot of the good things. We're going out to East Texas this weekend. I'll probably do a little work, but we'll be almost off the grid for a little while as well. So that'll be really cool. But anyways, so I started affiliate marketing in 2012. So 2012 is when I started affiliate marketing. Before that, I had quite a journey that maybe toughened me up a little bit. And I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of this is such a mental game. So to take us back to the beginning, I grew up in Michigan. I spent the first 26 years of my life in Michigan. That's where I was born. That's where I went to high school. I went to Michigan State University. And after that, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I had a degree in food industry management. I was looking at, managing a grocery store or, getting into the supply chain side of food and agribusiness, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I went to the restaurant business, and that's was kind of what I was going to do for the interim. And I love the restaurant business. While I was in the restaurant business, I happened to meet my girlfriend, who became my wife, who is now the mother of my children and all that cool stuff. But the bottom line is we both kind of had that same itch. We had that, boy, there's got to be something more out there. So we were both kind of sick of the Michigan winter. So we decided that what we were going to do is we're going to just kind of start picking a place on the map. And we well, San Diego would be cool. There seems to be a lot of people moving to Colorado. Seattle, looks beautiful and all that cool stuff. But bottom line is we settled on Portland, Oregon. We decided we were going to move to Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
And, this was back in 2008. So it was kind of starting to come up and it was starting to get known. But we decided we were going to give everything away. And what we did is we actually packed 2 suitcases apiece and we got on a plane to Portland, Oregon. And we had a hotel room reservation for the first night, and that was it. We decided we were going to figure it out. We decided we were going to figure it out. So we thought, okay, cool.
You left everything behind, literally.
Everything. We had clothes and maybe an iron or something. And
oh my God, that's very courageous. Mostly nobody does that. Just saying.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. We just looked at this and said, okay, here's an opportunity to live anywhere we want because we're in the restaurant business. We can go find jobs.
Yeah.
Let's take advantage of this opportunity. So, and that's kind of, how I relate that experience to taking advantage of the digital marketing opportunity, right? Just to say, heck with it. It's a huge opportunity. Let's go for it. So we went there first day, tried to find jobs, tried to find an apartment, couldn't do it. Got another night in the hotel. Wow. Same thing. So for 5 days, I walked down to the hotel in the morning and said, hey, can we get another night? And it was starting to get panic mode. Finally, we found a place to live, and then eventually we found jobs, and things, kind of came together, and we established ourselves in Portland. We got married while we were living in Portland, Oregon, and then we decided we wanted to try to have children. Well, it turns out that went pretty well, and almost instantly we got pregnant. So we did the most reasonable thing, not at all. We decided to quit our jobs and move to San Diego because we always wanted to live in San Diego.
Wow, San Diego.
We knew if we didn't do it then, we weren't going to do it because we were going to start establishing a family. So we did it. We just said, hey, let's go for it.
Wow.
And this time we found a place before we went down there. So we're learning from our mistakes. So we moved down there. We already had an apartment. So that was a much easier transition. I found a job. And a few months later, our first child was born, and that's when reality set into me. That was like, okay, cool. I love the restaurant business, but it maxes out. I was doing very well in a busy San Diego restaurant, but you're not going to scale that up to six figures, right? I was working 60 hours a week to try to pay the bills. So we weren't broke, but we didn't have anything left over at the end of the month either. You know, went to diapers, went to, you know, all that stuff that babies cost.
Too much work. You know, my motto, I don't know if is like your motto, is work smart, not hard.
Yeah,
You know what I
it was
mean?
just like I was killing myself, and
Killing
every free
yourself.
moment I had, I was trying to spend time with my new and growing family. So it was like, I don't, you know, I'm not sleeping. I'm stressed
You
out.
don't
You
have
know, it's
time
like,
for your child. You don't have time for
yeah,
your wife. All you
right,
do is work. What's the point of that?
right. If all you're doing is working, what good is it? So I knew I had to do something.
Mhm.
Now we're at 2012, just to kind of keep everybody on the same time
Wow.
frame. And I did what everybody else does. I went to Google and I said, how do you make money online, right?
Yes.
That's how I started, right? Like that simple, right? So what
Hmm.
I found was a bunch of different methods to make money online,
Hmm.
and some of them made sense. Like, okay, I get the e-commerce opportunity. Okay, I
Hmm.
get the agency opportunity, right? Like it all
Yeah.
makes sense. But I ran into two problems. A, inventory. How am I going to purchase a bunch of inventory to start a business? This
Exactly.
was kind of before everyone was talking about drop shipping, so that wasn't even on my radar. The other problem I had was fulfillment. If I get these clients, how am I going to fulfill on the request or the promise that I make when I took their money,
Yes.
right? So it
Exactly.
wasn't good. So I was like, that's not going to work. So I stumbled across affiliate marketing, the opportunity to promote other people's products. That's what I did. It
Yeah.
just made sense to me. I was like, cool. If I have an hour, I'll spend an hour on growing my business. If I have 2 hours, I'll do that. But I don't have to worry about fulfillment coming and cannibalizing my time, right? Like I want that time to
Yeah.
grow
Yeah.
my business. So
And don't you
I
think
said,
we essentially anyway recommend products and services anyway, but we don't usually get paid? We already do this. And that's what I
you
tell
know,
people. We if I like a bottle or I like a product or service and I tell my friend I love this, go and sign up for the butcher box or whatever, I don't get paid for that with affiliate marketing you do. It makes sense to
right.
me too.
And
You
that's
know?
100% right. Like if I go to a good restaurant, like a brand new restaurant, and it opens up and I go there and have a fantastic meal and the service is good, you better
Yeah,
believe I'm telling everybody I know, hey, you got to go eat at
exactly.
so and so. That's just like affiliate marketing, but like you said, we don't get paid, right? So how can we recommend products we know, we like, we use,
Mhm.
that can help us, which then can in turn help other people? How do we get paid for that,
Yeah.
right? It becomes a win-win situation, and I talk about that a
Yes.
lot. That win-win as habit number 4 of the 7 habits of highly
Mhm.
effective people, right? Think win-win.
Yes.
So how do we do that? How do we get paid with recommending products? And that's how I started. I created product review blogs. It was something I could do in my spare time. I learned
Mhm.
SEO, I learned WordPress, and I did all that. Well,
Wow.
it started going okay, and I was making some money. But then I kind of ran into the problem where it was like, well, I'm making an extra X amount of dollars a month, but it's not enough to quit my job, right?
Mm.
And so I was like, oh man, what do I got to do? So I had to figure something out. But in the meantime, we decided we were going to move over to Texas. And this brings us to Texas now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Texas.
So here we go. So my wife has family in Texas. So when we were living in California, we had 2 kids, and our closest relative was in Texas. So we're like, all right, let's go to Texas. We didn't want to go back to Michigan. Texas looks cool. Let's do it. So in 2015, we
Mhm.
moved to the Dallas area and kind of started getting set up. Now, at this time, I was still doing affiliate marketing. I still got a restaurant job, but things were going a little bit better. But I knew I needed to get to the next level.
Mhm.
And one of the people I happened to wait on in that restaurant was Alex Becker. And if you don't know who Alex Becker is, he's big on YouTube. He's a multi-million-dollar marketer. And in the act of like seeing him in person and knowing that he is a real person, even though he drives a
Wow.
Ferrari and stuff like that, the action of seeing him like just kind of changed my belief and changed my mindset. And I started thinking, how do I go
Mm.
bigger? Because if this guy, who's just a normal person when you meet him in real life, if he's out
Yes.
there making millions of dollars, then by God, I can go out there and make at least 6 figures. And
Wow.
that's kind of shifted my mentality. And then I kind of really at that point went from, okay, let's just try to stay behind the scenes and make extra money.
Mhm.
Let's go out and see if we can turn this into a real business. And that act
Yes.
of committing, right? That commitment to saying, hey, I am going to turn this into a real business makes you do the right things. You start thinking long term,
Mm.
you start investing in leveling up your
Mm.
skills, and you take it more seriously. And that shift for me was everything. And then within the next
Wow.
year, I mean, I quit my job. I made more money in a month than I used to make in a year. And it was just like game over. Here we go.
Wow.
And so since 2016, I've been taking it seriously.
Wow.
and in investing in myself and investing in my knowledge and honing my craft and just trying to grow.
What an amazing story. Oh my God.
I've done a lot.
And you just went from here to there. You said your story reminds me a little bit of mine, because I mean, my husband was in the military. We were from Puerto Rico originally. We decided we're going to leave this. The island's crime rate, the unemployment rate is horrible. There's no opportunity. So we decided just to pack up and live to Oklahoma. Then we live in Germany for 4 years and travel Europe. And then we stay here in Texas. We came here because we live next to Fort Hood, biggest Army post ever.
Yep, sure.
And we still live here. And we've been 20 years here. So this is where I found, no, I need to start doing something, because I have lupus and I have a lot of health issues. So I needed to control my environment. And that's what started me. But yeah, so you understand, I think a lot of people don't understand that moving from one place to another is very difficult, because you have to be adaptable. You have to have a good mindset, and that prepare us for what we are doing, basically. All the things that we went through, that it didn't come out of a vacuum that, well, now I just want to start a business. It's not like that. Don't you think?
Yeah. So when you left Puerto Rico and you knew you were going to have struggles ahead of you, but you knew it was what you needed to do to ultimately make your life better. So you didn't go into it thinking, oh, we're just going to pack up, leave our home that we've known, and everything's going to be great. You knew there were going to be struggles, but you know what? Going through those struggles gets you to where now you've been established in Texas for 20 years. But that's the mentality that that new entrepreneurs need to have. You have to go in there and say, this is what I have to do in order to make my life better. I know there's going to be some struggles, so let's do the things that can set us up for the easiest transition, and just be willing to have the toughness to stick through it and stick with it. And I think that's why a lot of us entrepreneurs who finally start seeing success, we have a lot of the same or similar backstories. And usually, I mean, we all have struggle in the background. We all have things that were hard. We need to use those as kind of like lifting weights. It's like going to the gym. It's building those muscles that help us overcome adversity and do amazing things, like become an affiliate marketer, right?
Yeah, and that's why I tell, they tell us to tell a story. Legendary tells tell your story.
100%.
Because people think that we just started out of the blue and boom, we were successful. It's not like that. People catch you at the end of your success, and it makes it seem like it was sudden, but no, it took all this time. I mean, I've been in business since I was 18. I tried everything, Tupperware, Avon, doTERRA, Advocare, Melaleuca. I did. You know what I mean? And that prepared me for that. The sales background, the struggle of, maybe somebody didn't show up to my party, house party or whatever. Right. But the mindset, I think the mindset that you have to have is there's going to be struggle, but you can't quit. Never surrender type of thing.
100%. And those disappointments in the early business, that's another thing that entrepreneurs have. They all have things that didn't work out in the past. Every successful affiliate marketer that I know tried drop shipping or tried to invest in Forex, or you know what I mean? They all have those things.
I did drop shipping. It was horrible, by the way.
And you did move on, and all these things, but that when you say no one shows up to your party, it doesn't get easier down the road. You just get used to overcoming the disappointments and the things that don't go right. And so you get stronger. And that's what's really cool about entrepreneurship, and why it's just it's not just the money, it's the person you become to make the money that is so valuable, right? It breathes life into you, because you become the kind of person that can overcome those struggles. And it's just, it's a great life. And eventually, hopefully everyone starts seeing success, and the money's nice too.
Find a purpose. I mean, find a purpose and feel like you're doing, you actually making an impact and leaving a legacy, not just to make money, but to help others. Is why I'm here. And I know you're, because I've been checking you out for a while. You know what I mean? But seriously, it is the struggle that also leads to transformation. But as long as you don't quit because you have a problem, find out you can fix that problem. And I like what you did with the objections, that because I like I said, I follow you, really follow you. But no time. I tell people, I just graduated from my master's in Baylor University in
Okay.
December.
Yeah. Congratulations.
And I love education, but
Uh-huh.
college is not for everybody.
Right.
If you had to put money between college education and let's say that 4 years is $40,000, or starting affiliate marketing on the $3,000,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and this one has a faster return of investment, what would you go for? And I think
Yeah.
people don't think like that because we have been conditioned to be like, oh, everybody has to go to college, and
Right.
nobody's doing what they went to college for anyway.
Right. Yeah. I never once used my degree. Not once have I used my degree. Now, if you have the means and the ability or the scholarship, then by all means, college is great.
Yeah, of
You know, I'm
course,
not
of
one of
course.
those people. But I mean, it's not the golden ticket. Maybe it once was. So either way, why don't you do what you want to do? And for me, I found my voice and I found my passion and I found the ability to help other people and it's just created this life that's in line of what I want to do. And boy, I wish I had the $40,000 I spent on college back. I don't, but it sure would be nice.
Yeah, but I think when people compare with the other thing,
Yeah.
or working, I mean, for me, it doesn't make any sense saying, I'm going to work 20, 30 years, 9 to 5, going to get a retirement. But most people don't really retire. We got baby
Right.
boomers right now working to their die
Yeah.
because they don't have, because of the inflation, because higher taxes, or whatever it is that the problem is. And I don't think that's fair.
It isn't.
But,
And you have to take a responsibility for your own situation these days. It's
of
not like
course.
it once was. So my father worked for General Motors for 35 years, retired with a
Wow.
pension. But that was his reality of being born,
Yeah.
in the 50s and getting in with General Motors when he was 18. Now
Exactly.
that opportunity is not available for me. Even as a 41-year-old, that opportunity was not available. So I had to figure out what I was going to do. And it's either, like you said, work till you die, or create something that, hey, maybe I might work on my business and my brand for the rest of my life. But guess what? I'm going to enjoy doing it. It fits in my lifestyle. It's not a work-life balance. It's just a life balance. And I think that's the great thing about affiliate marketing. That's the great thing about helping other people. And because of the internet, we have this opportunity to self-educate. Education is a huge portion of success. It used to be you went to college. Now, hey, you can go out and you can find a specialized course that teaches a specialized skill, right? And then you could start implementing and acting on that. And it's amazing. The industry is huge. If you follow Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, that they're big on self-education. It's a $300 billion industry. So there's opportunities, offshoots of that industry to make money. And for example, I don't have a course, I don't create courses for sale, but I can make money as an affiliate off the back of this self-education industry. So, I mean, it's the way, it's the trend.
It's true. And I wanted to comment because a lot of people have this scarcity or poverty mentality that say, well, it's a lot of, the market is saturated. There's not enough money for us. That's a lie. There's enough money for everybody, because your audience and the people that connect with you are not the same that connect with me. You have a different voice, a different experience and story that connect with certain amount of people, just like my story connects with other people. So that's enough for everybody to go around. Don't you think?
Yeah, there is. And you have to have that abundance mindset. It's the same reason you have to have a win-win mindset. We're not trying to get money from people. We're not trying to rip people off. We're trying to, educate and empower them to make a positive change in their lives by purchasing the thing that we're promoting. Guess what? Oh, by the way, we're going to make some money too. I use that perfect example, or I think it's a perfect example. You say everybody has a voice. You got to have an abundance mindset, because your audience is not my audience. And that's 100% true. The way I say this, think about it like this. Let's say you and I went in front of a kindergarten class. And what we were going to do is we were going to teach these kindergartners how to tie their shoes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming you know how to tie your shoes.
Of course, logically.
Okay, very good. I know how to tie my shoes as well. Now, I don't think I'm any better than you, and you're probably not any better than me, but we probably both know how to tie our shoes. We both end up with the same result. But what would happen here? If we stood in front of this class, right? You stood over here and I stood over here. We both started tying shoes. You know what? Half that kindergarten class is going to come watch you, and half that kindergarten class is going to watch me. Why? I don't know. They just, for some reason, they resonate with us, or they like us for who we are. And
Yes.
we're neither one of us is better at teaching people how to tie their shoes. But guess
Mhm.
what? We're going to attract different people, and
Exactly.
we're still all teaching people how to tie shoes, and we're all, you know, getting the benefit, and then of course metaphorically making
Exactly.
money. You know.
Yeah, and then let's talk specifically about affiliate marketing, but high ticket affiliate marketing, because if you're gonna start trying to sell a $20 something, I mean, of course we have the value ladder, the low
Mm,
end, and it's in the back end and all this stuff. But I'm saying if you only have one product to sell and it's a low ticket, you're not gonna make money. Which is why we promote Legendary and I promote other products like I don't know if you know who is Affiliate Triad. I'm part of Affiliate Triad too.
okay, no, I don't know them specifically, but yeah,
But
I have other products as well.
but
Yeah.
basically Jason Flatley, Rapid Crush, you heard of him?
Okay. Yeah.
So I promote Legendary, that, and Jonathan Montoya's three. I got three types
Yep.
of affiliate marketing programs that I promote.
Right.
So yeah, so high ticket affiliate marketing is where it's at, because instead of having to buy to sell $20, you know, $1,020 products, we can sell what 1,000. If we get a $1,000 commission, we only what we need to sell is 10 if we want to make $10,000 in a month, or
Right.
20, or whatever. Can you talk a little bit more about that? That's the most important thing, having a great product and high ticket affiliate product.
100%. So high ticket just absolutely makes sense because, like you said, if you're making $1,000 commissions, well, you just need to get 5 people a month to say yes to that,
Mhm.
and you got a $60,000 a year business. For most people, that was my number. I figured if I could make $60,000 a year online, I could quit my job, right? So
Yes.
that's that. I mean, the thing is if you have a great product, right? If you're marketing, if you have good systems set up, it takes no more effort to promote a high ticket offer versus a low ticket offer. But if you're promoting something that pays you $20, then you need to have 50 times more people come through your funnel to make that $1,000, right?
Exactly.
It's really, really difficult to get 50 times more traffic. It's so much easier to
Yes.
take your existing traffic and make 50 times more money with it. Like,
Yeah.
same thing with, you know, building conversion systems. And those are the kinds of things that you learn when you go through Legendary Marketers. You learn how to write copy, create
Exactly.
email campaigns, and build conversion systems that get people to say yes. Because what most people don't realize is their traffic's not a problem. You know, we have
Yeah.
Facebook, we have YouTube, we have TikTok. Yeah, those things might,
Clubhouse now too.
you know,
Clubhouse
anything,
now.
right? Like those things might be a little scary, but there's traffic out there. And we've already talked about, you don't need to be the foremost expert. You just need to tell your story. You need to find people
Yes.
who relate to you. So the traffic's there. You don't have a traffic problem if you're not making money. You have a conversion problem if you're not making money. So that's why, you know, part of that conversion is promoting those high ticket products, because once again, if you make $1,000 per commission, you don't have to string a whole lot of those together to make 6 figures, right?
Exactly.
And that's why I love Legendary Marketer, because of the value ladder. People who are watching this
Yes.
live or see this on the replay or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, they may have heard Legendary Marketer and they may understand that there's a $7 business builder challenge to start, which,
Mhm.
oh, by the way, I was talking to Matt, the CMO of
Man, it's
Legendary
so
Marketer today, and he went through the 15-day challenge just to audit it. And he was like, man, there is so much
wow.
incredible value in there.
Yes, it
Um,
is. Yeah.
but anyways, the point is that everyone sees that being promoted, but what people don't understand, or a lot of people don't understand, is I promote Legendary Marketer. 65 to 70% of my revenue that I generate comes
Mhm.
from those high ticket products. So that's why
Yes.
those high ticket, you know, big ticket, high commission, whatever you want to call it, those products have to be in your business one way or another.
So how would you answer the people that are having an issue with conversion? How can we help them, fix that issue? What would you tell them?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that I look at if I see a campaign that's struggling with conversions. So the first thing we're not going to do is we're not going to try to cram things down people. We're not going to sell, 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 sell. Yes, we
Yeah.
need calls to action. Yes, we need to recommend the product. We need all those things to happen.
Mhm.
But I try to think of it as a couple of things that we're really trying to do. We're trying to overcome objections. You know,
Okay.
okay, really craft emails or create trainings, or even if in your live content, like think about the objections that you had if you were going to buy into something that you're promoting. I can't do it. I don't have the
The money,
technology.
the money.
The money, right? Maybe I don't have confidence, right? Like address
I'm too
those
old, I'm
objections.
too young,
Too old, too
or
young,
I don't
right?
speak English.
100%, right? Like those are the things that you got to think about. Like, so we got to overcome those objections. We got to break down
Mhm.
those barriers first.
Yes.
Then the other thing we're trying to do in our conversion process or our emails is we're trying
Mhm.
to build the belief in
Yes.
our community. And this can be done through lives or whatever, or emails or a Facebook group.
Mhm.
Because people will follow you as the marketer when they believe in you, but they're going to buy when they believe in themselves. So we need to
Exactly.
we need to build the belief in people, and we can do that through training or sharing our stories, relating to people, help them understand how we overcame our limiting beliefs so they can
Yes.
then see themselves in you. So that's really what the magic of marketing is all about. It's not sell,
Wow.
sell, sell. No one cares how great the course is. They just want to know that if they go through this course and buy this course, is their life going to change? And
Exactly.
I
The
think,
solution to their problem, like
right,
to do the pain points, and
right,
which is why I'm writing a book on all the bad things that happened to me,
right,
my bad, the good and ugly,
right, right,
and my battle with lupus and all this stuff. And I'm giving this book for free as a lead magnet.
right,
You see what I mean? So that
right,
I can actually inspire people. If I, that I'm falling apart, can do it, literally falling apart with my health,
right, right,
can do it.
right,
Anybody can do it, type of thing.
right. And that pain that you went
Yes.
through, with the disease and with the, go back to Puerto Rico with no opportunities.
Hmm.
That's was the motivating factor. So if we can help people
Exactly.
understand how the thing that we're promoting eases the pain, well, then we got people to take action. Like I said, like, pain versus pleasure, right? Like those are the two things that
Yes.
motivate it. So here's what I would say. I'm on a live stream right now with you, right?
Hmm.
What I like pizza, I like tacos, right? So if a truck drove by and they were selling pizza and tacos or giving them away for free, that would be really pleasurable to me. Like, but
Yes,
I'm
we're
not
gonna go run after those trucks.
but I'm not going to leave this live stream to go get pizza and tacos. But if this house catches on fire, you better believe
Oh,
I'm
you're
running
gonna
out
go.
on you and I'm running
Everybody
out the
gonna
door.
go.
So that pain is a bigger motivator
Yes.
than the pleasure. Like I said, if the house catches on fire, I'm sorry, we're cutting this live stream short. And I'm
Well,
out the door.
logically. I mean,
Yeah, but I'll get
I love
tacos
that. I
tomorrow.
love that. I love
Yeah,
I
so
love that. And I think telling your story is the main thing. Because a lot I did you see all these people on Facebook spamming people? Spamming
yeah.
posts. I put a story. I put my story on how I was abused by my father, which is a real
Mhm.
story. And this guy said, "Oh, I found this guy and blah blah blah. Join me, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that doesn't work.
There's no
You
emotion.
spamming people doesn't work. Tell your story." I got over 600 views on one of the stories of me talking about how my parents were screaming and I was, having a pillow over my head and all this stuff.
Right,
That
right.
it took me a long time to understand that vulnerability and telling your story, because I know 1,000 times Legendary said that, and I said, I don't know if this is true. And I said, let me
Mm-hmm.
just test it. Let me just start, because I don't like writing. My thing is video, because I'm a
Mm-hmm.
good talker. I hate writing. And I said, let me just tell my story. Let me start saying some of the things, horrible things that happened to me. And then the amount of likes and stuff, I was like shocked. I mean, I told a story about me being in a middle school for music, which is almost impossible to get in Puerto Rico. A thousand views in Facebook. I'm
Right.
like, be, and then it actually then made sense to me, because I don't know about you, but I'm ADHD, and a lot of the times when somebody's talking about info, I'm like, my mind is just like, like the Snoopy blah 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 blah. My mind just go
Right.
away, and not
Yeah.
purpose, but it's just something that my mind does. But when somebody's telling a story, I am there. Like, what is it? See
Right.
what I mean?
And everybody has these stories inside of them. They just
Yeah.
have to open up and be willing to be vulnerable. And like you said, that is the perfect way to describe it. You've heard from all the training that you have to be vulnerable and open up. And,
Yeah.
maybe you've heard your mess is your message, those type of,
Yes.
things,
Yes.
but you
Yes.
don't believe it until you test it. So that's the thing. What'd you
Exactly.
do? You tested it. You started telling your story and guess what? You got some results, didn't you? You
Oh
got some
yeah.
engagement. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just it was just shocking to me. And then like I said, you sometimes don't connect, because you know what? In the beginning, when you start, what is it that we usually do? We go to shiny object.
Mm-hmm.
and fear of missing. And so we just read, study, and don't implement enough. And it's like 80-20,
Mm-hmm.
80% learning and 20%. It should be the opposite. No, just do it while you're learning. Earn what you learn. 20% reading, 80% implementation, and that will change your mind. I think did you see that there's a lot of people that get stuck in this cycle in the beginning?
Yeah, it is tough because especially with the internet, there's so much information out there. So people get into that knowledge phase where they're just trying to gather a bunch of knowledge. And people even did this in the university, where it's like they go through a 4-year degree and then they go get their master's and then they go get their doctorate, and they're lifelong students, but they're not really doing anything with that. You just have to get out there and start doing, because until you do, you don't know what you don't know. Like I could study how to hit a baseball at a major league level, and I could study and read, and then I go out there and then I realize, oh, I can't do this, right? Like, so if I wanted to do that, that ship has sailed. I'm too old for that now. But if I wanted to do that, I would know, okay, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to start taking rent. You know what I mean? Like, studying is great, and you definitely want to get the education, but that's a shortcut, not the end all be all. You have to go out there and you have to start implementing. You have to start taking action. You have to start trying things. You have to do your first Facebook Live or your first TikTok, post or whatever it is. You have to build your first funnel. You have to write your first email. And you just have to, like you said, you got to do 80% should be implementation, but continue to reserve 20% for learning along the way. I still learn every day, or at least I try to. But you better believe I'm out there every day doing, and seeing what works.
Exactly. And in the beginning, people, and this is another thing, a lot of people have high expectations that things are going to be fast. When you go to work or you go to college, are you going to do 4 years in a month? Right. No. That it's going to take a while, that you're going to have to put more hours in the beginning. And thank God we have automation. Because if we worked 20, 30 years ago, we'll be like SOL, seriously. Right. But we're in a time where, as long as you put your systems in place, we can save so much time and then focus on the important thing, which is creating content. Whatever content that is that you like. If you're a writer, then write. If you're video, then do video, etc. So, because I see that all the time. Well, what do you think about doing ads in the beginning? Because I don't know if I agree with that. When you're just learning and you don't have any background or anything, and you're just trying to learn. And I see a lot of people say, well, I tried to send my ad, this is not working. What do you think about that? Because I personally don't think that people should do all this stuff right away, because they're already overwhelmed, especially the beginners that, zero blank, blank slate. They don't know anything about business or affiliate marketing.
Yeah, it can be tough to go straight to ads at the beginning, because really the only thing that ads are going to do is speed up the process. So if you have a funnel and a conversion system that's not converting, or you're not promoting the right product, or you're not using the right messaging, then ads are just going to help you lose money faster. So really you have to get to that point where you have a funnel and a conversion system that is optimized, that works. So if you can do that through content, then you take a funnel that's working. Now, if you add paid advertising to it, now you're kind of pouring gasoline on the fire, and you can make money faster. Yeah. But once again, you really can't. Ads, they're not going to do anything positive if you don't have a conversion system that can convert leads into buyers.
Or if you don't have the money either, because
that's the other thing too. Because your first $5 is not going to return your first $10 earned. Most times it becomes the omnipresence kind of kicks in when you have your ads running and you have people seeing your ads multiple times, and then you're retargeting video views of the ads and stuff like that. So I don't want to get into too complex, but yeah, I mean, you do need a decent sized budget to make paid advertising work. And once again, if it's not optimized, it's not going to be.
And usually, isn't it months, at least 3 months, that you should do an ad anyway? So if you don't have the money, just do that. It doesn't matter, because you have to create content, and it's going to take time and effort anyway. Don't you think? I mean, so you have to decide, is it time, effort, or lots of money?
Right. And that's the thing. If you could start trying to run ads right now from day one, and 6 months from now, you may have nothing but failures. And then you're going to be still at ground zero. But if you start here day one and you start creating content for 6 months, you're
Yes,
going to be further along than you would have, because you're building something that has appreciating value. So
exactly.
it's just the easy button to create content. It's the most guaranteed path to success. That's not to say it's not easy. It doesn't take work and you're going to make mistakes. Of course it's going to happen. But creating content is the most guaranteed way to be successful with affiliate marketing.
Do you think it's because people want a shortcut? Because I just see all this post and I'm like, you just started. Conversion is not going to happen right away. You might get a bunch of leads. It might take a while. It's not going to be you take a lead, you get a lead, and suddenly, boom, people buy right there.
Right.
That's an outlier, don't you think?
Right.
That
right. Most people are not going to see success on the first week, and I see this in my affiliate marketing group. And what happens is people come in, and for the first 30 days, most people don't make money. You know what I mean? But guess what? In that day 30 through 60, they get their first lead or their first commission.
Yes.
And then that belief kicks in. And then for some reason, things start ramping up. And that's not to say everybody's going to make money in their first 60 days. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's a process to this. And we've all gone through the process. And like you said earlier in the live stream, as long as you don't give up and you don't try to shortcut it, right? It goes back to if you start with ads, you can fail with ads and never see success. But if you start with content, eventually you will see some level of success. Maybe not what you want, but you will. As long as you don't try to shortcut it, you do the right things and keep going. I mean, everybody is successful eventually. Yes. But you got to do the right things. You got to commit to doing the hard work, and you got to keep going. You can't give up.
I love that message, Brian. I love that message because, like I said, we are a society that we want, like, how you say, like a fast reward.
Yeah.
And affiliate marketing is like you put in just like all this content, like it's like you build a hole and you just putting things there. Mm-hmm. It's gonna take a while before it starts coming out of the surface and exploding.
Right.
But it's not gonna be like magical. So I try to be honest to people and say, hey, it's worth it, but it's gonna take work.
Right.
And if you're ready for that and you're ready for the struggle and your mindset is in the right place, you're gonna do it. It's not if, it's when.
It's exactly. It's not if, it's when. Yep. And that's why I like recommending that people promote products that they see people promoting as well, because don't mean if you see affiliates promoting a product, then you can bet that they're making money with it, because people don't stick around and promote things that don't make money for a long period of time. We move on to the next thing. So if you see a bunch of people promoting the same thing and making money, then that product is validated. So that's a good place to start, because you don't want to spend all this time building out this content only to then realize that the product you chose to promote was crap to begin with, right? So if you're going to invest your time and your effort, you want to make sure you're promoting a product that is validated. So that's why I love promoting products that there's a buzz in the market. People are known. I don't believe in saturation. I think saturation is simply the market becoming educated at scale, and that makes your job as an affiliate so much easier. Plus, you can show up in search terms for that product. So,
and don't you think that this is where sub-niching also helps? You know, that okay, affiliate marketing is big, but when I say how to make money online for women over 40 that have lupus, I am sub-niching. You cannot speak to that because you're not a woman and you don't have lupus. You see what I mean?
So people are going to be able to identify with you because, you know, and that's what happens. We kind of attract people who are kind of like us in a lot of ways. And you know,
it's like the first avatar in the beginning where we are our own avatar. Having an avatar is key to be able to actually be successful in affiliate marketing. That person where you were in the beginning, what were you thinking? Mm-hmm. What were your struggles? And talk about that. So I mentioned this past week when 10 years ago, my account went 1,200 negative. When I was being called by debt collectors.
Uh-huh.
When I came out of a hospital and I have a $15,000 debt because they took half of my lung. Mm-hmm. You see? So sorry.
And that builds a bond and helps people understand, and then also gives them the confidence in themselves. I mean, to me, that's for a beginner, that's the most important thing. Like I can't add anything to that. You are your first avatar. I'll never forget that. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I think that's such a better way to put it than you got to find a niche or you got to niche down. It's like you
Yeah.
are your own first avatar. And I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. Wow. That's amazing, bro. Yeah. So think about that. Think what were your struggles, tell your story and connect it to your product. Don't talk about the product as much when you're in the new. But you know what? I like to like create one piece of content like that Legendary taught us and multi-purpose it around. So when I get out of here, I have the video, which you can actually get the video and put another title and use it. But I also have the audio, so I'm going to put it in SoundCloud. I'm going to go and put it everywhere on social media. And instead of me working hard, I'm everywhere. Somebody found me from Pakistan, no, Sri Lanka. He said, I was looking for eBay dropshipping stuff in Facebook, and you were the first person that came out.
When you go out there and you create, isn't that amazing? Like you're building this footprint and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger over time. And people are finding you and they're diving in. But yeah, absolutely. Send me this video and I'll be happy to post it.
Yeah, it's like a snowball. Don't you think? It's like snowball starts small.
Yeah.
But then it turns into an avalanche. That's how affiliate marketing is.
100%.
Well, thank you so much. Oh my God, we need to do this again. Maybe next time you can teach us a little bit of more technical stuff, and you can
absolutely. We can put together presentations and all that.
Screen and show us how you know, what is your process and stuff, because a lot of people are very confused in the beginning, and I'm like, don't quit, never quit.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for having me on. Thanks to everybody who watches this. My name is Brian Brewer. If you can't find me, I'm not doing a good job. You can find me somewhere. And
what is your website?
So right now, I offer a free course for anybody who wants. It's affiliateescapeplan.com. And if you just go to affiliateescapeplan.com/free-access, that's how you can get into that for free.
Affiliate Escape what?
Plan, PLAN.
Plan together?
Yep.
.com?
.com. Yep. And then it's /free-access. And that's how people can get in free there.
Access. Okay. Yep. So I'm putting it there so people can see it. Affiliateescapeplan.com /free-access.
That sounds right.
Oh yeah, follow this guy. This guy's amazing, and we're gonna have him here. So thank you so much, Brian, for coming and giving us your time, your valuable time. I really appreciate that. And say hi to all your family.
I will do. You do the same. Okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Take care. So that was Brian Brewer for you guys. That was amazing. Okay, go and follow this guy, affiliateescapeplan.com /free-access, and you will get his free products. So take care. This is Maricruz, bringing you the gap between the rich and the poor, coming for the great state of Texas. Take care. Bye. So let me end the broadcast. Subscribe, okay? Bye.